Okay, so welcome everybody to the I don't even know what is today, May 5th, May 5th. Yesterday was the 4th, so may the 4th have been with all of you yesterday.
Ha 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 ha.
Well, now it's the Revenge of the Fifth.
Revenge of the 5th. There you go. Actually, in my
friend on
neck of the
Facebook.
woods, it is Cinco de Mayo, where one of our local sub shops that kind of has their own they make their own mayonnaise.
Oh.
Once a year they sell
That's a
it
good
by the
one.
jar, and today is that day. So that
That's a good
place
one.
was
I like that.
bombarded. That place was bombarded today. Anyways, yeah. So weird local Pennsylvania thing, central Pennsylvania thing. Anyways, we are the U.S. Pirates, and we might be a little out of sorts today because we're always a little out of sorts. Joe, you have your hand raised.
I do. For some reason, the whiteboard is still showing up on the stream part,
Oh, God.
but not
Not in
with
anybody's.
us.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Is there somebody playing with the whiteboard right now?
All right. Let's.
Can we
do this
just
before-
kick the whiteboard?
No,
Is that a
you
thing?
can't. Could we just? How about this, Joe? Since you're coordinating the live stream, with your graces, should
hang
we
on.
just create a new link and rejoin right away? Since we're just.
I mean,
No, we can fix this.
I'm not sure if that would necessarily work.
We
does
need
everyone? Let me Google this.
Okay.
Go
alright.
this. Oh, shut up, phone. I have a Google
Maybe,
phone, so every time I say that word,
this might be
I
a
think
thing.
I figured out how to
It might be
erase it.
something Joe has to do.
I
And
figured out how to erase it.
Oh well, erasing what we scribbled on earlier is not helping. I don't think, because if we still got so
No,
if
I
I
had
do-
closed it on my end.
I'm
I
not
guess it-
still
finding anything.
Well, I managed to delete everything, so we'll have a blank whiteboard. We're not at quorum anyways.
we aren't.
Monsieur
We are
Mitch,
not at quorum.
Reddit.
if someone could ping our brethren from Texas, that would be great.
Is that
I did.
But which? I should probably put the YouTube link in the. Yes, I should do that.
Yes.
I can find it. That is. I'm all out of sorts.
Might I suggest, because I just saw what the meeting looks like, if someone just wants to write on the whiteboard 5/5/24 meeting,
That's what I
think
was
we could
thinking.
just move forward and just because then all people would see is that what the meeting is for the date of. If we can't get rid of it, I would rather us move forward with it.
May I suggest typing it instead so it looks neater?
No.
I move to nominate Mitch to this duty.
Touche.
You got
Michael, if you could, since you are scribe, if you could just write what we're talking about as
Yeah.
it goes on.
Yeah. Wait, I need to show the.
If you
whiteboard
want
again.
to, anyway. I'm not
There we go.
commanding you. I'm just,
Yeah. No, that's actually a great idea. Can I change the font? I can change the font. That's not very small.
Oh my god, did we just create a new thing for the scribe to have a spot to put
All right.
notes?
You know what? I like this better than I like this. Yeah, we should keep the whiteboard. No, that's too big.
No, we don't want the actual whiteboard.
That'll work. That'll work.
We should.
No.
Here's the thing about the
definitely just
whiteboard.
work
It
with it
records the
tonight.
notes. Sorry. Here's the thing about the whiteboard. It records the notes in real time. So the notes are just recorded right there on YouTube, and we don't have to worry about it.
That is total
Yes.
transparency. Like you're seeing the scribe right there.
I like this. This is, what have I done?
Well, this is
All right, there we go.
okay.
I want this to be
That's-
bullet points. How do I
that's-
bullet points?
No, you're not gonna
Star.
probably.
It's probably Markdown.
All right, I'll
It's-
just do individual dashes. That's fine.
Try Markdown. Try an asterisk and then a space. And then
I mean, we're heading into dark
No.
waters here.
All right. It's all good.
doesn't work.
We can just do a dash. That's fine.
All right, let's move forward if we can. Drew.
Anyway, yes. please.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. So I guess we're just gonna leave this up because what the hell, right? Okay. I'm gonna go back to not the whiteboard view because it's easier for me to chair the meeting that way.
Focus.
Anyways, but this has been minutes now into our live stream, and nobody has introduced themselves. My name is Drew Bingaman. I am the captain, and Michael is losing his shit down there. So I'm going to go
A
around.
whole new world has been opened to me.
We're going to go around the horn and have everybody introduce themselves. First person I see is Johnny.
Yes. Hi, John Robinson, Secretary of the Pirate Party of Pennsylvania.
Awesome. Joe, you're up next.
Joseph Ondarowski from Massachusetts, and I am your U.S. Party Treasurer and Wrangler of Chaos.
Wrangler of Chaos. That sometimes makes you the enemy of chaos, but because chaos does not like to be contained. Ty, you're up.
Hello, Ty Clifford, West Virginia Observer and Vice Captain of USPP.
Awesome. Jolly Mitch.
Ahoy. Jolly Mitch, the captain of the Illinois Nye. No, the Chicagoland Nye. The Illinois. Oh, it's been a
Every
while.
time.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Well, both the Chicagoland and Illinois Pirate Parties, Grand Mufti. I'm also the United States Pirate Party Lookout. And you know what? Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Friend of the pod. Right, yeah. Michael, you are the next up.
Hello, I am Michael, the scribe of the Pirate Party, and I am also back from the dead of the few weeks that I've. No, I don't know.
Who did we lose? We lost
Did we lose
somebody.
someone?
Oh wait, no, that was Ty. Okay,
We got
Ty
someone
was.
back.
We do.
Different
Ty.
person?
No, Ty was. Ty.
Yeah. I actually new phone.
No worries.
Scroll. I can scroll. Perfect. Sorry.
As we figure these things out, Eli, you are last but not least. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Eli McGee. I'm the Massachusetts representative.
Oh,
All right.
hello. Nice to meet you.
Short and sweet and to the point. Okay, so I think the most important thing we should do first, since we don't have quorum at the moment, is Ty. I think I'm going to give you the floor to see if there's anything that you need to update us on or anything we need to discuss having to do with the upcoming conference at the end of the month, beginning of the next.
Okay, so you can hear me, right? Properly?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good. Let me navigate to Discord so I can just pull what I typed there. Second, for a reference, let's see here. Okay. All right. So the update is the Best Western at O'Hare is where anyone who is listening who wants to attend, you need to book at the West O'Hare, or you can book wherever you want. But I recommend there because that's where the Pirates, as I know it, they said, yeah, they'll go ahead and book there. I do believe, Joe, you said that you would book there as well. I imagine other people are booking there. Can I get a consensus on that?
I booked in Chicago, but I am not staying there. I found a place
that's
much more within my budget.
You
but
do
very
what
close
you need
by.
to do. Anybody else?
I have not booked, mainly because I'm trying to see if I can get there. So everything looks good that I'm gonna make it, unless my car happens to decide to not pass inspection. So
Okay,
um,
I'll get with you after.
yeah,
I'll get with you after.
we'll have to talk then.
You're the captain. You need support. So
Yeah, and like I said, I think everything's looking good for me to make it out there. Like I said, I'm just hoping that my car doesn't cost me a small fortune. So
I know it's a measly what 7 hours for you.
I think it's close to 10, but that's okay.
10.
I think it's close to 10.
Oh, it's 10 from where I'm at. That's well. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay. So that's where we're recommending. But as people already heard, whoever raised their hand, go.
Joe?
No, I can wait till the end. Go ahead.
Okay. So you can book wherever you want. Again, for anyone, this is for everyone. Mitch is our shuttle. So what everyone needs to do, and I'll write this up in form in a couple of days. Anyone who would like a shuttle from wherever they're arriving at in Rosemont or Chicago or the O'Hare areas Mitch refers to it as, you definitely need to ping him directly to let him know when you'll be there so that he'll be able to pick us all up. Because if you don't let him know, he's not going to know, or you're going to be waiting there for some time while he schedules you in. So the dates are June 1st and June 2nd. June 1st, people have, who else raised their hand?
That's Mitch.
Okay. Mitch?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just on the quick note of the shuttle, I will probably ask that you guys let me know at least like 48 hours in advance of your flight, just so I can make the prep work myself to get everyone. But otherwise, it should not be a problem. The sooner the better. You guys know that you're coming in. Let me know. You can reach out to me via Discord or email, which is available on the US Pirate website. Otherwise, just at least 48 hours to maybe even 72 hours before you fly in. As soon as you know, it would even be perfect. So,
And
right on.
And with that being said, I highly recommend. Mitch said 72 hours. Me, I'm a rather firm and strict person. I would prefer you do it a week ahead so that he can schedule you in, just to make it easier. Definitely easier. But on the June 2nd, so the June 1st, we need to kind of like sort ideas of like where we are going to host that. Now, Mitch, no, it wasn't Mitch. Actually, I think Mitch recommended, but Joe recommended it as well. We should meet at a library somewhere. But Mitch, if I don't know if you or Joe, one of you two would know any libraries in that area we could meet at. So if you could present one to me, I would go ahead and start incorporating that into the announcements. So June 2nd would be the same thing. I imagine once we figure June 1st out, we'll have June 2nd squared away, so I'm not even going to worry about June 2nd. The address of the hotel is there. Also, the agenda for the meeting, we have two speakers. Drew, could you introduce the first speaker?
One of them's me. But
so we have three speakers. So, my apologies.
If you count me.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so you and what are you like?
We also have a presidential candidate who will be making a presentation. It may not be in person. This is probably going to be an electronic, but somebody from their campaign will be joining us. If anybody wants to have another presidential candidate come and speak, or send a message to address us, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that is a wide open thing. So,
okay,
yeah. So,
okay. So, and the second one, the something about the I don't know how to say his name. Vermin?
Yeah, Vermin. Vermin is the candidate.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
we have our...
I thought we were being secretive about that. Okay.
Well, I mean,
No, he
it's
cannot
not
be
Is
really
he? Wait, is he
secret.
running?
He is
Actually,
running.
I've not heard anything about that this year.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Cycle.
Vermin runs kind
Does
of
he always run? Oh,
every kind of like every time. I mean,
Okay.
it's more about
yeah.
you know, it's
consistency. Isn't that what
Yeah.
we always say? Consistency.
mhm.
So we have our third person, which is actually our own Dustin from the DMV area. And he wants to talk about, I hope I'm not saying this incorrectly, but his project Polari, a nonprofit for developing open source frameworks to make participatory democracy a reality, providing
Are we able to get a
organizations.
last name for Dustin? Sorry.
I know it, but
forgot
I
the
can't
last
recall it right now.
No, we lost the whiteboard.
Yeah, I can't call it right now. Which that actually
Okay.
brings me to the next thing. Now that
Thank
we
you.
got that
It was like
squared.
something short.
Okay.
Awesome.
The
Sorry.
next two things, I'm gonna couple them together. Let's see here. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so I will be there. I'm going to be arriving in Chicago May 31st. So I'm going to be there a whole day early. So if anyone has any troubles, if anything, you reach out to me. I will be in Chicago. And then I won't be departing until June 3rd, the day after the meeting. So I will definitely be there. Push comes to shove, you can knock on my hotel door and you can sleep on the couch. Okay. I'm just letting people know that. All right.
Well, it might come to that for me, so we'll see.
Hey, it's if that's what it is, that's what it is. I said this when I had decided to pick up this position. I'm here. I breathe, sleep, pirate party. Okay. Let's see here. The next thing, real quick. So June 1st, May 31st. Okay. No, I think that's it. Yeah. That's that's it. So hands, what do we have for hands? Joe, I know you had something.
I do. Seeing that you tasked me with trying to find a library close to where we are gathering at, I just linked it in the Signal chat for a library with a meeting room.
Okay. Now they are politically...
Nope. Libraries are notoriously politically neutral.
Okay.
You can use it for political purposes, but the library will not be typically doesn't partake.
Okay.
They just let us use the space.
If it's available.
You might have to be a resident, so we might have to put that to Mitch to get that done for us.
Sometimes they have small fees too for use of the community rooms.
Oh, you brought up I totally forgot. May I just the floor one more time here? I don't want to impose fees on anyone. That was another thing. I just thought of it. That's perfect. But I have to get with Ben. Ben's not here to do that. He said he would be the one to do it. Anyway, there are no fees, as I understand it, right? But I highly recommend at least a small donation, $15, $20 per person. This would help out with just anything. Food, refreshments, that sort of thing. Or any fees that the library would have for us, or any venues, anything like that. Again, it's a free thing. Pirates don't like to pay for anything, right? We want to get the best value for nothing. I'm joking. But you really do want to consider that, just like maybe $5,
I'm just looking at this right now. That on June 1st, there does not the room is their room is not available.
Their room?
Their room is their meeting room at the library that Joe posted is not available on June 1st.
Look at you investigating.
Thank you for checking.
Yeah, it looks like starting at 1:30 they've got something else booked.
Well, okay.
So
Let's hash it out. Is there any others right now?
I would be able to get a list of library. I'll make some calls as soon as tomorrow, and I will see if they'd be willing to host us. Are we aiming for June 1st is when we would use the library, or do we want both June 1st and 2nd?
Try to push for both days, please.
You got it. Well, I will look around. I think because I'm a resident of the city, I should be able to get access to all Chicago public libraries, which then I would obviously just try to find the closest one to the airport. But all things considered, I will get a list of a couple libraries, see what I can get us.
Would you please be able to message me that directly
Absolutely.
on Discord, just so that I can incorporate it. That's pretty much it. Let everybody else know.
Something else that if we get into a situation where we're not having good luck with a library, there are a lot of there's a lot of restaurants that have a back room that
buffet.
Well, not necessarily a buffet, but they don't charge you necessarily. If you have a group coming in, you can reserve the room.
Well, that's what I mean. A buffet will accommodate you. You pay a certain amount of what those people would probably eat, and they let you chill there. We did it with I noticed the Tea Party. And I'm not trying to get too political here, but the Tea Party actually did that here. They would just meet at a restaurant and they'd pay a minimum, and everything was cool.
Yeah, I've done that in the past too. So, some of the a couple local restaurant chains have back rooms that we've used for meetings. So, yeah, that's something as a backup if the library thing doesn't work out. But just keep in mind we are running pretty close to the time here on nailing that down. So,
I want to try to get that in within the next few days. Mitch, I know you're incredibly busy, so if you could have that to me, take your time. A week, that's cool. Just please message it directly to me, because reading the rooms I can do, but considering this is getting time critical, just message me. Which brings me to the next thing. So Drew, you said your guy, it might be remote. So
yeah,
what I want to discuss with get an agreement on this so that I know how to set this up. Are we going to do remote ends via a private Jitsi link, and then we can put them out? Because Ben said he would bring some sort of equipment, but I don't exactly know what he's bringing, and he's not here, so I can't ask him.
Right. So there's some things that I can bring along too, so that we should be able to have a feed from us into, into a Jitsi.
I mean, just a laptop. A laptop.
A laptop, and I have an external camera too. So, if we can do that, then I don't see a problem with there being a Jitsi.
Well, what I'm asking, do you think Vermin could do that?
Yeah. I mean, most likely, yeah. I don't think.
Right.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, I know he's. So the thing is he's booked in another place.
And that's
that
why
weekend.
He wants to do it.
So remotely. Yeah. So that's why he'll need to do it remotely. And I gave him 120 minutes. I know most of our slots are 60-minute slots, but I figured I could,
Okay. And one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not voting on anything. I would like to. Hopefully, we're keeping tallies of all of this so that we can all vote on it next meeting. But also, the election committee. We need to task an election committee because it is the annual meeting.
We need volunteers for election committee.
I would love to do it, but my plate is full.
Preferably for anybody that's going to be in in person. Although if we're going to be doing a lot of things over Jitsi, I mean, we can vote directly that way. So, like we have in the past.
Well, there's some very strict things about the annual meeting. Names and addresses need to be given in order to conduct the annual meeting annual meeting election. So whatever medium you choose, you want to trust.
Mm-hmm. I would. Yeah. I mean, with an election committee, we should be able to have that function. I don't think we have too much of a problem with that. But if we have an election committee, we should be good. I know we have our very specific method that we need to follow, and I know Yari can help us with that. So
yeah. I wish they were here.
Well, life gets in the way, and that happens. So,
someone
Mitch,
has their
Mitch,
hand
you've
raised.
got your hand up.
Yeah, it's just a quick question because I do realize that it's coming up. The conference is a short ways away.
It is not that far away, no.
And I don't believe, because we're talking about an election committee, we do not have any candidates for the board for 2024, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I'm getting to.
Okay, good. Then my apologies, Ty. Please take the floor.
No, you're fine. You're asking all the good questions.
We can't. So here's the other thing that we can do. That can have us fill more time at the convention is that we don't necessarily need declared candidates yet. We can nominate people at the conference, have a debate set up, like or a question and answer session. It doesn't have to be a debate per se, but we could do that. That is also something that can help everybody get to know the people that are running for, and it's all in that annual conference. That'll be all in that annual conference YouTube. So
that's actually a really good idea, because it'll help fill the agenda anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's less. We still want people to come forward and bring presentations.
So the election should be June the 2nd, the end day?
Probably. Yes, probably.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be. I mean, we could do our elections first and then get into other discussions. I don't think our bylaws have it. I don't think our bylaws have it that hard coded, do they?
No, they don't actually. But
okay.
What I was saying is it would be good. It's an opportunity to also vet your candidate.
Yeah. So maybe what we could do. So let me put it this way. Maybe we could nominate, go through the nomination process on Saturday, and then have a vote on Sunday.
Yeah.
I would like to object to that.
Okay.
I would like to have the nominations in the week prior. So that way people have time to know who the candidates are. The candidates have time to say, I'm better. No, wait, I'm better.
I don't know if this is where I run
that next week.
I'm gonna look into that in the bylaws to see, because I know haven't we looked at having open nominations all the way to the end before?
Well, I mean, you can, but there's nothing against campaigning.
No, nothing that I said is against anybody coming out and saying I'm running for this position. I would just say that, I mean, I'm just saying the formal nominations would be at one Saturday, not necessarily. You know what I mean? Formal nominations and then acceptance. So you have your formal nomination, and then that person accepts, and then gets a minute or two to talk. A couple of minutes to talk about themselves, and then we move on to the next nomination. And then we have
Joe?
time. We have time for a group discussion / question and answer session. And if you want to call it a debate, you can call it a debate. So I do that later in the afternoon. I would say early we nominate. Later in the afternoon we have a question and answer session. Sunday we vote, or we vote after the question and answer session, if that's the way. If we can fit it all in that way.
I say after. May I ask a question to Joe though?
Yeah,
Well,
obviously. Hi.
Hi.
Sorry. I'm talking to my cat.
Maybe we can have the nominations due on the 1st, and then acceptances on the 1st, and then that way we can do the actual voting on the 2nd.
All right. You already said exactly what I was going to ask you.
That's. I think that's more or less. Yeah.
Something about great minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but unique minds think alone.
But I mean, if there's only one right answer, we can come to one conclusion.
Oh, hey, I like this guy. So nominations on the 1st and acceptance, and June 2nd votes.
Is there any objections to that, to actually doing the election on Sunday? I'm not seeing anybody objecting to that. I mean, I know we're not technically voting on it here right now, but
yeah, we'll have to collect these votes next week.
That's fine. We can present the tentative schedule, and I don't think that's a problem.
Remind me again. I'll just look at the calendar. Never mind.
The 1st is Saturday.
Okay, thank you. I don't know why I thought the third. I don't know why I thought the 3rd was a Tuesday.
Yeah, no. The 3rd is Monday.
3rd is the Monday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So again, just to remind everyone, Mitch. When you're in Chicago or you're going to Chicago, you need to contact Mitch if you need a shuttle. After Mitch, it's me, because I'm going to be there the 31st. All right, and towards, I think I arrive noon or evening, so I will be there. So I'm your second point of contact of Mitch, all right, for this conference. So I just, want to stress that because I care about all of you. Okay, so that's it.
All right, awesome. Trying to think, is there anything else we need to nail down other than maybe? Can we do an announcement for the requesting volunteers for the election committee? Does that make sense? Like out on the Discord?
Joe has his hand up. I mean, Mitch has his hand up. Sorry.
Yeah, Mitch, go ahead.
Just seeking a point of clarification. We said that the Saturday the 1st, which would be technically that, because this is a 2-day conference or a 3-day conference? It's 2-day conference.
Just 2 days.
It's 2 days. So I'm going to be there all weekend though.
Perfect. So it's just the 2 days, the 1st and the 2nd. Day 1, we are going to officially have the nominations, and then the 2nd, and the day is going to spread out not with just nominations and debates. I take it. We're also going to have Vermin. We're going to
try to have some. Yep.
Yeah, perfect. Day 2, probably a little bit of the same, where it's going to be a little bit of debate or a little bit of presentation, but ultimately it's going to culminate with the election of the board, which is typical. That's usually how it ends up. All right, just looking for the clarification on that.
Yeah, and when you're looking at any schedules, that's you and Ty. I don't know. I mean, if we're thinking like 4 hours in the afternoon, maybe 6 hours in the afternoon.
I can give you a rundown a little bit in the 1st, if you want to hear.
Well, I mean, I just want to just a ballpark time frame, because let me put it this way:
12 and 1 is when we'll start the nominations.
Okay, so we want to. We would prefer a room. If we open the doors at noon, then we start calling to order between 12:30 and 1.
No, we're starting at 10:30 in the morning.
Okay.
When we start actually fill in the bucket or whatever the bucket will be, people write in their names and stuff like that. The nominations start at 12 or 1.
So I guess my bottom line is what I'm looking for is the time frame that we would need a room, like especially for a library. And keep in mind that libraries might have limited hours into the evening on a Saturday and Sunday.
We want it as long as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what it is. If we have to move out of there, that's fine. I'm pretty sure it's not going to kill us to stand on the sidewalk and talk.
Well, that's going to make some other things more difficult. But, I mean...
I'm just a go-getter, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. I would... just knowing how some of these libraries work, we probably need to be done by 5.
Oh, well, yeah, sure.
So
that's also why I have my suite. Because, like I said, you guys are more than welcome to come back there. It appears that it will be big enough to accommodate us.
Sure. I just don't want to. I mean, I just want to have the public meeting, the meeting room where we're having it open, not just to us guys here that are involved with the PNC, but anybody else that wishes to come and participate in person.
Oh, there is a park too.
Yeah. So that usually becomes more of a problem with audio than it does with other things, but trying to do it and weather permitting. So, Joe, you've got your hand up.
I have a small suggestion. The library is available to us in the morning from like 10 to 1, right?
I think so.
It
yeah.
had that morning
I think
slot.
that's open. Yeah, I think that's open.
And armies march on their belly. So why don't we book the library for the morning and then we pause and we go find a room where we can finish the rest of the meeting at a restaurant.
Hey, because everybody's going to be hungry anyway.
We will need to eat. So
eating's for
plebs.
But yeah, I mean, again, Mitch, if you have any ideas that might have a room for that we could use that might take 20 or 30 or even more people, that'd probably be
well, there are always restaurants in Chicago willing to take our money, so
right.
I should be able to find a room.
Yeah.
Perhaps, I don't know how adventurous you guys are. Well, I think if we can't find something up north, which I'm sure we can, we could always take the L and ride around and get to a good restaurant or a good library. But of course, I would like to keep us all make this as simple as possible for everybody, to be completely honest.
Well, to lessen the load on you, Mitch, how about this? Because you are from there, how about you gather the restaurants you see prospective, give them to me, and I will call them and I'll do the questions. This way, you're just looking at stuff, but I'm the one doing the talking. This way, it doesn't bog you up, because I know you're busy, and it would just help split the load.
You got it. I could. So I will get. There's some prospective restaurants. It shouldn't be too hard. I should be able to get you a good list by tomorrow. In fact.
All right, take your time.
All right, Joe.
You got it.
Mitch, you were saying that the Chicago pizza is legendary. I was wondering if we could keep it to some of your more legendary suggestions.
Of course. The one thing I will say is it will be thin crust. You guys may have heard about deep dish. I may get a couple deep dish pizzas just so you guys can try it and just so you guys can say you had it. But if you want a real good pie, you're gonna get a thin crust square cut pizza, and I'll do you guys good. I'll make sure
square
to
cut. Man, now
We
you're
do
talking
it
Coleridge
square cut.
pizza.
Ooh, I've always heard the square cuts are actually the better
I don't
ones.
know. I don't discriminate when it comes to pizza. If it's the same general formula of pizza, like I'm in. I dig it. So
We just had some pizza for dinner today. Some thin crust square cut, and I tell you what, even bad pizza is pretty good pizza here.
You're not wrong there, Mitch. Okay, guys. So I think what we're looking at doing is trying to nail down where our meeting spaces are going to be. That is going to be important so that we can get those things up on the website so that people know where we're going to be meeting. And then, then your lodging or whatever is kind of secondary. So you know where to be when. And I think that would be great.
My answer, true. And again, if, like I said, if it comes down to it and you're there and you find yourself nowhere to stay, please message me. Okay? Seriously. I care about people. I don't want you guys out in the street. So.
Do we have anything else we need to discuss on the conference?
No.
I just want to interject really quick and say I'll RSVP to be a speaker on one of the days. So I'll do the presentation.
Well, can I ask you what you're going to talk about?
Well, being from the city, I suppose I could.
This is sudden.
Well, you know what? What I could do instead, I will likely just do what I did last year and film a little introduction to the conference, or I could do that, and maybe a little pirate history tied to the Chicago or Great Lakes, or however we can do it. I'll figure something out. I'm pretty good at that when my hands are tied. Okay. And of course, I will send it to you guys for pre-approval before we air it to the public for their viewing consumption.
Just send it directly to me.
You got it.
This is I wouldn't say it would be a surprise for the Pirates, but here at the next meeting, I'm gonna show what everyone's going to be talking about. So just send it directly to me so I can incorporate it. That's pretty much all I ask of anyone. Just send whatever it is you want to do for the conference directly to me.
All right. Anything else? I think we're starting to run up on our time here.
One report about the Treasury.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
So I need to. I thought I'd be able to get it done this weekend, but I have not been able to file the FEC reports. I have to call into them, so I'm planning on doing that tomorrow, first thing.
Okay.
All right. Just wanted to be transparent on that.
No problem. Also, I'm just going to put it just to put it out there. As far as I'm concerned, and it sounds like a lot of the other guys here also, we are flexible. We are willing to at least discuss the date and time of and schedule of our meetings. So maybe we can.
Dan, I asked you, and I never got a response.
What's that?
What is the best day for you?
For me, I honestly don't know what would be the best day. Probably, I mean, right now, if I'm not teaching at my local library, then it's probably Thursdays. But Sunday is just my worst day because oftentimes I end up being at with family. So, and it's like the only day that's it's regular like that for me. So
someone mentioned a survey.
Yeah, I think we've done surveys before on trying to schedule stuff. I just and this isn't something that has to be decided right now. I just know that there are times when we have trouble getting everybody together, and if there's a better time for everybody, then I think we shouldn't ignore. We shouldn't take for granted that our meetings are always on Sundays. So
once we figure out the days, I think it'll be a lot easier. I was floating the idea that we should just, if it becomes a concern to someone, that they may not be able to make the next meeting and they're, tasked with all sorts of things, it would be good to kind of bring that up and be like, hey, I think, we're meeting today on Sunday, right? So if I were to say, oh, guys, I don't think I can meet next Sunday, how about next Friday or next Tuesday? I think it should be tossed out just casually, honestly, and people can decide to move the meeting if they want to move it. But otherwise, it lays in concrete that it's every Sunday at 9 p.m. if nothing is discussed about it.
Well, I think it's worth discussing, and I don't want to necessarily close it to just those of us who are here right now, and I don't really want to make
no, never.
Yeah, and I didn't really necessarily think that it was a great idea with just bringing it up earlier this afternoon.
You did a good thing, dude. Don't even sweat that shit.
Yeah, no. I'm not
sweating
it. I just wanted it to be out there in the ether, and so that we can all start thinking about that. And see,
it matters. It does matter because there are times. If there are times I showed up to this meeting just because I knew everyone would be here, a lot of people would be here. If 2 people were here, I wouldn't show up, and I don't mean that offensively to anyone. I just mean nothing's going to get done. And I don't. I want to spend my time productively. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. So that's why we should find the best time for everybody. And my only thing was Sunday. I mean, obviously, I'm not the only one that's had issues with Sundays, and I don't usually actually have an issue. It's just that Sunday is the day that if anything's going to be going on, it'll be Sunday. Mitch.
And I just want to say this is a good time to to remind everybody that we're always looking for volunteers, and that if you want to be a state rep and show up to the meeting, so you have a pirate party active in your state, you should contact someone at the board, any of us, and we will help you get started. We're all happy to help you. We care about each other, and we want this party to grow. We want to see state parties in your local area. If you're from California especially, we're looking for volunteers there. Indiana, Kansas, anywhere. If you're interested, we're interested.
That's very true.
Hey, you know what? If you live in Puerto Rico or you live in Guam, guess what? The Pirate Party of Puerto Rico and Guam are right around the corner.
Specifically, Dustin and I, we will. If you need a digital presence, Dustin and I will help you. We will help you get that set up. We'll help you get that free hosting that you need for those 2 months to just kind of see if it works out for you. It's all up to you, really. Just come to
us. Joe, and then I think we're going to be running into our hour soon.
I have a completely nonsensical question.
Sure.
Is Captain America actually Captain America, or is he Captain Puerto Rico?
Where do you come up with this?
Now, the thing is with Captain America, he's Captain America, and that's for all the Americas, right, Mitch?
That is
but if
right.
you look at an image,
that is absolutely right. Because
America
is a continent. God damn it! I think we're all Americans from North, Central, and South America, from Greenland to Patagonia.
Okay, a 3-second Google search brought up something. If you look at the Captain America uniform, it's only got 1 star on it,
and it's got the arrow pointing down.
That's why he's Captain Puerto Rico. So it's just bad design. Is that it?
Or secretly good design? Depends on where you look at, I suppose.
I mean, it depends on which Captain America you're talking about, too. I mean, it hasn't always been just one guy. So
yes, but
it hasn't always.
Really?
No.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
No, other people have taken up the mantle. It's not always Steve Rogers.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's more the more current memes, so I figured it was worth discussing.
Captain Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Well, let me just say this. Let me just say this for current memes. I have a 16-year-old niece, and I'd rather her run into a black bear in the forest than some strange man. So
yes,
just getting it out there.
This guy.
I mean, technically speaking, you could argue that there's only 1 star because he couldn't fit 50 all over his costume, or however many states there were at the time of him becoming Captain America.
All right.
Is that
So, anything else? Is there anything else we need to discuss tonight? Because I think
No, but I
our
have to
live stream
ask.
is probably going to blow up soon.
I have to ask, why are you? Is that a red fedora? What do we got on? I like it. Okay. I had to.
Woohoo.
This
Alright.
is my awesome hat.
You're going extra fancy tonight.
Yeah, this is my awesome hat. I love that hat. It's badass. Jolly Mitch.
Oh, Captain, my captain, I call a motion to adjourn.
Do we have
Do
a
we
second?
even have? Do we even have?
I technically
Uniform?
can't second, but second.
That's fine with me because we don't have quorum anyways. Do we have any objections to our adjournment for the evening? I am not hearing any objections, and nobody raised a hand, so we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody, and I'm going to try and get this in, and I'm delaying myself here.
Michael, before we go, are you able to copy all of what you have over to the wiki?
I can, yeah.
Because
Okay.
I can't.
I don't.
Thank you.
This probably
And-
isn't everything. There's probably a few things that I missed, but this
You're
is,
good.
It will
You're
be
good.
on
all-
video. It should be on video.
it's also on
right?
video.
It
Yeah,
should be on video.
it would be nice
Okay.
if we could see
Well, I'm
specifically
all
who's
about
speaking in
accessibility.
bigger picture. But you know what?
So
always have nice
stay,
things.
yeah. So stay tuned. We will get you more information about our conference so everybody can join us. And then in November, vote Pirate. Yay.
Vote Pirate.
Go Pirate. We can we can go out. Stop live stream? Maybe?